welcome. I'm just getting things kind of set up at the moment. I still have to post stream links, so give me a second here. I try to let people know when I'm streaming so that they can watch. And I know that one of my clients wants to watch today, so I want to make sure that I get that link put out. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm having a really good day. I hope you are too. It's a good Wednesday. It's Wednesday today, right? It's Wednesday. Get a posted. Okay, so link posted to Twitter. That's good. Get a link posted to Instagram. Sweet. Boom. Stream announcements are good to go. Okay, I gotta go grab my tablet. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see, we get customer ref pulled up. Oh, I wish I had some music going or something, but YouTube is still dumb. Okay, let's see, what are we doing today? Welcome. Glad you could make it. Just pulling up some specifics here because we want to get started. Cool. Just gonna pull up one more thing to have a look. Sorry, this part's a little not as much fun to watch, but we're getting there. We just want to make sure that we're getting everything correct before we start. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. All right, so I gotta get some paper. These over here. We're making a tail for anybody who is wondering. Getting ready to make a tail. Okay. Is that gonna stay? It looks like it's gonna stay. That seems like it's gonna be really small. I'm gonna make it bigger. That looks better. Ugh. Now we've got the shape right. The power of the curl. Totally feel free to send me messages about stuff if you have questions along the way, or if there's something you want to see and I'm not showing it. I'm going to get the shape all drawn out and then get your markings drawn on. And then I also want to get work done on Halcyon's tail today. Okay. Save this paper over here for later. I just want to make sure, you know, especially since you're here, you may as well get to like participate. Okay, so just looking at your rep again here. Sweet. Okay. This would be easier if my sewing machine wasn't in the way, but we'll make do. Let's see. I want the red to be a little thicker here. Are you getting excited yet? You're like the only one here at the moment. So, like, this stream is for you. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut that right there so that we've got the full curl. Just open the same side of the cap. Oh wow! It said my viewer count was 1, so I was assuming that was probably Dazer. It says it's got a few more now, but it didn't at the moment that I checked it last. Let's see. This is gonna be red. This is gonna be light gray. It's gonna be light gray. And it's gonna be dark gray. Okay. Sweet. We got your tail all patterned out. It's ready to go. It's gonna be one heckin' curly boy. I'm hoping that I can find a way to get the base. I think I'll put like foam in the base so that it's kind of stiff at the bottom so that it doesn't like go all over the place. But we're getting there. Tails. Yeah, totally. Go for it. Feel free to share. Okay. I'll have to go bring your fur in because it's out in my living room. I don't have like room on my shelves anymore for all the fur that I have, and I already have more shelves than of like fur that I'd like to have at the moment. So I've got a few bolts of things that I just put on bolts that are still out in the living room. If I can manage to not get some pretty horrendous paper cuts today, I'll also be stoked because I feel like this paper is wicked. It's like cardboard. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna go grab your fur. I'll be right back. We've got fur. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We've got fur. We've got music when we're ready for it. I need a box of Kleenex. Okay, let's see. We are ready to cut fur for the tail. Fur. Let's start with red. Red. Paper scraps. I like rolled this red differently because like lengthwise it's like the exact length of the bolt, and widthwise it's super long, so I rolled it like sideways because I thought it would like keep nicer that way, and it appears to have, so you know, win-win. I'm gonna turn the silent off on my phone. There we go. That way, if you need to telegram me something, you can. And I will actually hear it buzz, hopefully. Okay. This fur is super nice quality, and I'm really excited because it came all the way from China, and I had to wait for a while for it to show up. And the quality is super good, so I'm pleased because I like good quality furs. It was like pretty expensive, but I'd rather spend a little bit more money and have good quality fursuits that I'm making and not skimp on stuff. Roll that back up. I have a mannequin dummy in here, and it's like super creepy. So that's a thing. Oh yeah, I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too. Let's do light gray next. I need to like reorganize some stuff because I swear, I'm like, don't have as much floor room as I would like. I hit the little door stopper. Okay. Where did I put those pieces? I put them on a chair. Let's get them. Get some pieces traced out. light gray is traced. Can do good to go. I'm really excited about these furs because they're really nice. I really like working with bunny furs whenever I can. And so the fact that I could find bunny furs in more colors that I needed was really nice and rewarding. We're gonna do dark gray next. This dark gray is like super, super soft too. I'm stoked about it. You know, I wonder too. Hold on, I'm thinking about something. Those don't quite match. That one does. You know, Dazer, I'm gonna send you a message about this. It's like, turn on the light in here so there's some more light. It's kind of cloudy outside. I feel like the mannequin is creepy. It's pretty creepy. Just so we're aware. I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to you, Dazer, so take note. Awesome. I think that floofy fur is going to work out really well. It's like almost exactly the same color. And I just realized that like having something a little fluffier on the bottom of the tail is going to make it look really nice. I like working with multiple pile lengths wherever I can just to create some depth and some character. And I still have like some of this is just left over from another project and it's like really nice stuff. So I think it'll make for a perfect like extra floofy tail bottom. Really give it that husky look, which is good. We like the husky look. We like the husky look. And then if you end up not liking it, we can figure out something else, but I think you'll like it. I like to think I'm pretty good at making things look really good, so. Sweet. Okay, here's one piece. Yeah, that's right. I just had to double check. I was like, that doesn't look like it's going in the right direction, but I labeled it really carefully, so it should be. Oh, excuse me. It's like random super crazy nose tickle for the day. pretty excited about work this week. It's a lot more fun to work knowing that all of my tax stuff is like taken care of, good to go, turned in, checks written and sent like Friday. It's all good. It's all taken care of because tax stuff sucks. Thank you for blessing me. I appreciate it. Try to keep the demons out of my nostrils from now on. The weather over here in Denver is weird today. That's a really nice fur. I'm really excited about that. It's like cloudy and it's not warm, but it's not cold. Like you can wear a hoodie, it's just not quite comfortable. Outside, like if you don't wear a hoodie, it's also not quite comfortable. So like the weather's super weird today. I don't know. It's gotta be like exactly like 70 degrees or something like that. You know, actually I'm gonna check because now I'm curious. Oh, it says it's 60 degrees outside right now. That's colder than I thought it would be. It didn't feel like 60 degrees when I went outside a little bit ago. Okay, sweet. We got it going. We've got it going. We've got pieces cut out. Put the clippers down here on the floor. Get some cords moved out of the way. Actually, no, I'm going to put those clippers away. We're not going to use them for a while. Okay. Sweet. We are ready to cut some pieces out. Move that again. My desk is a mess. What have I been doing with my life? I don't know. Are you kidding me? I'm just a dog. I don't know what my life is. You guys thought you were getting a fursuit stream and not an existential crisis, but here we are. Ice water. I went for so long without having ice in my life. Like, because my freezer makes really gross ice that tastes like garlic, and like it can't be good for you when it tastes like that. Like, I don't know why it tastes like that, but it's really gross, and it's been like that since I moved in. So I just like haven't had ice for like 2 years. Just like, I mean, if I go somewhere, I get ice in my drinks, of course, but like when I'm home, I don't. And my sister got an ice tray, like was making ice, and she's like, oh, just like maybe put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer, and then like if you make it in an ice tray and it's in a Ziploc bag, then it won't taste bad. And she was right, and now I have ice in my drinks and it's the best. The little luxuries. They're so meaningful. Garlic water. Yeah, no, it really does just taste like really gross, like bad. It's not even like garlic and like a, garlic. It's just like tastes disgusting. Not how ice cubes should taste. Yeah, pretty much. So that's something. You guys can see what I'm doing okay, right? Yeah. This looks so orange, like on my camera. Like I just looked over at my screen and it looks like it's like a weird orange. It's very red, I promise. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like hold stuff up to the camera for you to look at earlier. It was like, you know, my webcam gets really confused about colors. This is very, very red. I haven't gotten to work with red in a long time, too. I try to remember the last time I got to work with anything red. feel like it's been a while. I guess Merlot was red. Wasn't that like a year and a half ago? It seems like it's been a hot minute since I made Merlot. Yep, like fall 2017 or something like that. Because I went to MFF that year and I didn't go last year, so it had to be fall 2017. Man, time flies. Doesn't feel like that long ago. I don't know what happened to like 2018. It's like I could have like woken up from a coma and like accepted that reality, because I feel like all of 2018 just like went by in 5 seconds. It was stressful. You know what I would like to do is like set up a Discord chat and like stream that way or something, because I feel like it'd be really fun for those of you who like get to join that wanted to chat. Like it'd be fun to have some people to actually like talk with instead of just like talking at the camera. But I guess it could get kind of confusing, because if you had more than like a couple people talking, then it would get a little insane, but it'd probably be more lively than this. There's no reason why I couldn't set up a Discord. I do at some point want to get my laptop set up to stream to Picardo, because they allow music, and having like something playing in the background definitely helps with my productivity. Which is part of the reason why I don't stream very often, honestly, because I work so much better with music. Like, that was part of the reason why I got those paws done the other day so fast, was that I had music going for a good part of it. I don't know if I have you added on Discord, Dazer. I feel like I've got Gaddis, and I feel like I've got some other friends of mine, but I think I've got like 7 people on my Discord. It's not very many. I feel like I would remember if I had you added on there. I talk to Skiz on there all the time. That's like really it. Just like, I don't have Elios on there. Bless you, Elios, though. You're like a quiet bystander. I feel like you're like, I don't know. You don't really watch like Game of Thrones, if I remember correctly, but you're like Tywin Lannister, and that like, you're just kind of like serious in the background doing stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't think you did, Elios. I didn't think you did. I've got, like I said, I don't have very many people added on there, so don't take it personally, but you're welcome to add me if you want. We could get a Discord chat pulled up and you could like chat with me while I work. I have no idea how many hours I get to stream for today, because I'm supposed to maybe work out with my personal trainer this afternoon, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So, what is this? Oh, it's a different Discord thing. Doesn't have anything to do with me. Let's see. Hello, welcome. You know what I just realized is I haven't actually eaten anything today. I'll have to go grab a protein shake out of the fridge. I still need to go shopping and get like mashed potatoes and yogurt and soft foods. So like it's like protein shakes, and I think I have like a packet of instant mashed potatoes like in the cupboard for emergencies, but I don't like using my emergency food without replacing it like soonish, because I mean it's good to use it because otherwise it just goes bad, but you want to make sure that you've got it replaced, because then if you have an emergency you won't have any emergency food. I have gotten so much crap over that people are like, oh, like you're a prepper. And I'm like, okay, but like, is there anything wrong with being prepared for an emergency of some kind? Like, everybody thinks that that's just the dumbest thing they've ever heard of until it snows really bad and nobody can go to the store. And then, like, what are you going to do? Go hungry? Yeah. Well, and it's weird. It's a weird allergy because I can have eggs that are in certain things, like baked goods, like as long as there's not too many. It didn't used to be like that, but I grew kind of like a small tolerance to it. But yeah, like if I just like scrambled up some eggs and ate them, that would probably kill me. Pretty sure it would kill me because I've had really close calls with much less. And I'd rather not die that way, honestly. I feel like dying of an allergic reaction wouldn't be the worst way to go, but like I'd rather not die anytime soon if I can help it. Yeah, I'm too important. Well, and I'm certainly not allowed to die until I finish all my commissions. Like that'll be me. Like if something ever happened to me, I'd be like a ghost, like trying to teach somebody how to make fursuits so they could finish commissions for my clients. There's no way. Like if something happened to me and I got in an accident and died or something, like I would not be a ghost. Like I would be a ghost for sure. Had so much unfinished business. Okay. The backing of this fabric is really soft, so it's got to be like cut in little pieces, little strips. I mean, everybody dies at some point. I just don't want to die before like it's really time, you know? Like I feel like this is kind of like a shitty like thing to have to think about, but I feel like if something happens to me and I died, like people from like all corners of the fandom who like didn't even know me would try to make it about them. And so like on one hand, like if you die, like all your problems are over. And then on the other hand, it's like, you know, like I just know that that'll be a thing that people will be like, oh, like I've literally never talked to her before and I didn't know her at all, but I'm like, I need counseling now. Like, I don't know. I just like I see that happen with other people when they pass away, and it's just like really awful to try to make somebody dying like about you. I mean, grieve, for sure, grieve, but you know, and like hold each other's hands and cry on each other's shoulders, but to be like, I'm going through a really rough time right now because this person I never met died. Like, I mean, you know, I've seen it. People are put like, oh, like rest in peace, never forget on their like profiles, and they're like, yeah, like literally never even spoke to that person. I just want to look cool. Oh, what's this? There's so much chat happening and I missed it. Yeah, I'm going to FWA. That's the only con that I have like solid actual plans for currently. We talked about Anthrocon, but like we haven't talked about it since, so I wasn't sure what to think about that. Okay. Oh wow, this is gonna be really cute. We're gonna can't decide if I want to do. Let's probably go ahead and like sew the pieces together and then do like the. I know what I'm doing. I don't know how to explain that in a way that doesn't sound dumb, but possess one of my suits to make more. That would be really hard. I feel like none of my suits have the dexterity for some of the stuff that I have to do while I'm working. It would be fun to possess a fursuit and then like go to a con and have somebody be like, oh, like meh, meh, meh. You go to the headless lounge, you can take your head off, and it's just literally like a headless fursuiter, and that would be so funny. That would be super funny. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? These pieces don't go together. These should? Question mark. Oh, those are both bottom pieces, so it gets complicated, you guys. It gets complicated. We're doing it. I'm gonna sew the pieces of the colors together, and then we're gonna sew all the pieces together. Right? Well, while I'm alive, I need to make a fursuit with really good dexterity. I feel like I've had this conversation before somehow. I don't remember having this conversation before, but it feels like strangely familiar. Like maybe I had a conversation about this one time while I was drunk or something. Like that. Like you don't really remember it, but you don't not remember. You don't not remember the things. I love double negatives, by the way. I know they're like grammatically incorrect, but they're my favorite thing ever. My English teacher would be like smacking me upside the head right now that I'm like, my favorite way of saying that I like something is like, well, it's not like that. My grandma would have a stroke. She's like a grammar Nazi, so she would be freaking out. She gets pissed when people say coyote instead of coyote, and I'm like, coyote sounds way cuter. I'm calling them coyotes. Okay, we've got pieces clipped together now. Right? I probably dreamed about it, you know? That actually happens to me a lot where I dream about something and then it happens. Not in like a predicting the future or an interesting way, just like, well, I remember this. It's like some little insignificant thing. It's like, oh, I've been here before. We've experienced this moment prior to today. Keep checking my phone. Keep checking the wrong one. Got him. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping up with everybody. You know me. Let's see. All right. We're getting to the sewing part. Get excited. We're sewing. My sister was talking like briefly about maybe like working for me for a while. And I put a lot of like thought into like what that would entail. I like the idea, but there's so much stuff like that training another person requires that like, I mean, she's really talented. Like she's not a seamstress or anything, but she sews. She can sew. She knows how. I don't think it would take her that long to learn how to do something. It would just be like extra. I'd probably have to train her in like off hours or on my days off. Like, I like my days off. They're what keep me sane and motivated to work. Is that already suited? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm like, I've discovered like this is one of the reasons why I don't take more like rush completion commissions. Is that I end up, the way that rush completion commissions work is that I work overtime. It's not like anybody gets bumped. It's just that I work on this while I work on the other thing. And so instead of working like noon to 6 or like 8 to 3 or like whatever hours I end up needing to work to get the thing done, I work and I get the thing done and then I keep working. And yeah, like, so I know just because of who I am, I cannot do that very often because I get burned out really bad. It's also harder to try to keep 2 clients updated at once. Like doing one at a time is definitely easier, but I'm really stoked about working on this today and getting Halcyon's tail made for her today. It's like, make everybody happy. Everybody likes fursuit work in progresses. Everybody likes to see that I'm working on their things. I like to see that I'm working on people's things as well. This red is so bright. It's very good. I'm also like, I considered making myself like a partial or something for FWA. Like I always think about that when a con comes up. It's like, oh, I could probably like squeeze in like a thing for me. And then every time, literally every time I do that, I get like 3/4 of the way through the project and get super stressed out and burned out. And then I'm like, I could have just not done that. Like, it would have been fine if I just hadn't done that. So I'm not even attempting it this time. I'm like, oh, I'm going in my people suit. That's something too, you know, like as a fursuit builder, it's not like the magic is gone. I just don't really like, it feels like work when I'm in a fursuit now. Like, so I just don't really fursuit because of that. And then, you know, generally by the time I get to a con, I'm ready for a vacation. So I want to drink and eat and chat with my friends and not wear fursuits because it's work. And it makes my skin break out really bad. This one. I'm glad that you're excited. I'm also excited. It was really, really cool of Elios to let you trade slots with him because, like, that's really, like, the only way that this was getting done in time. So we've got enough time still to freaking do it. Just gonna be working on pieces and stuff as we go along. Yeah, it was really, really nice of you. I've never had anybody offer to do that for anybody else before. And everybody benefits somehow, I feel like. So I'm pretty excited about like everything on my list right now. Like I just got a whole bunch of new commissions for like tax season because people had refunds and they're able to spend them now. And like got a whole bunch of new commissions for next year that I'm really excited about. It used to be that the amount of time that it took between like getting a commission and getting to build it like lost a bunch of the excitement. Look at this wonder clip is about to bust. I'm just going to toss it before it explodes. It used to be that I kind of like had time to lose my excitement, but I have definitely gotten over that because I get to be pickier about what commissions I take now. I'm just like excited all the time to work on stuff. just like, let's do it. Especially when my customers are really nice people. That helps a lot. My clients are wonderful and I love them. So yeah, pretty excited. Pretty excited for FWA. It's like stupidly close now. It's less than a month, and I'm like, ugh. My stomach growled at the end of that, just to like give it extra ambiance, I guess. Make like a little like noise. My stomach's like, yeah, you're not wrong there, stomach. It's weird that I have my own like order in which I do things too, because I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, like what am I going to work on today? And it's like I always start with the tail, because the tail's like the fastest part. So people get really excited when they see their tail all done. They're like, oh yay, like my tail, it's real now somehow in my mind that my suit's getting done. And then I do paws, and then I do bodysuits, and then I do heads last. Because the head is the most exciting part, and it's like if I make the head and then I make everything else, then like it seems like people care less. But if I make everything else and then I finish with the head, then people are like, dude, yes. And I like the dude, yes reaction. So yeah, I mean, traveling is something. I definitely always recommend that people take their fursuit head as carry-on, because it's the only part that can't really ever be replaced exactly. You know, like if your bodysuit doesn't look the same in like a remake or whatever, nobody's gonna notice. But if your head doesn't look the same, people notice. Oh my god, I have like a Disney princess. I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of this. I have like 3 little birds sitting in a bush outside my patio, just like watching me work right now. I'm not even kidding. I thought it was just 2, and then like a third one like popped their head up over the top. That is so cute. And then like last time, like a dove just like landed on my patio and was chilling. They're probably talking to Barnaby or something. They're just curious. I put some cornbread pieces out there like a while back, and like now I've got birds. They're just chilling. They're just coming to see me now. We've got birds. I don't mind at all because I love them. Oh, my little chicken, he is having a time right now. It's springtime, and all the birds, all the like female birds are outside making noise. So he's like horny. And he's been unreasonable this spring. Like I had to buy him like a little toy to mess around with because he was getting really angsty. That was not like a problem that I ever anticipated with having with a bird. It's like, well, he's horny. But I got him a little toy to mess around with, and now he's super quiet because he spends all of his time doing that. So that's super good because I like him being quiet. He gets all wound up sometimes and it gives me a panic attack. I get like sensory overload from him just like constantly screaming. It's not a problem that I knew that I was gonna have with a bird when I bought one. Like, did not know that birds like masturbated. They apparently do. But, you know, at least he's happy. That's good. It's like a little uncomfortable that he's just like in his cage doing his thing all day, but he's been a lot happier in general, so that's good. right? That's one of the reasons why he's not in here with me today. It's like he's got other stuff to do. Okay, that's good. It's starting to look like a tail. It's gonna look a lot better when it's all brushed out, but we're getting there. Sewing spirals is really fun, especially when they're this big. I mean, if you have to sew like a little spot or something, it kind of sucks, but oh, let's see. Barnaby, I've had him since 2013. I got him in fall. He's turning 6 this year. It's like crazy to think about that I have like a little 6-year-old bird. Can't believe that it's been that many years. When my parents complain about not having any grandchildren, I'm like, what are you talking about? You have a 6-year-old that loves you. They are not amused by that. Not at all. They want like human children or grandchildren. And I'm like, that's too bad. Can't afford one. You got grandparent money? I like my freedom. My dad has gotten really cranky about it as he's getting older because he's like, oh, like, you know, like you're getting old. Like I want there to be grandchildren while I'm like young enough to still like enjoy them, you know. And I'm like, that's too bad. Should have had kids sooner and not complained about being a parent so much. You feel that though? Like, I don't know how your parents were, but my parents constantly complained about how hard it was to raise children. And we were good kids. Like, we weren't bad kids. So it's like, you know what? I'm definitely gonna say that next time they complain too about like, how come you haven't gotten married and settled down? Like, because it's expensive and you complained too much. Okay, just make sure I got all of that. I need to double check the seam on the other one too. Pretty sure I got it all the way. But we're gonna double check because that's what we do. Yeah, that looks good. Sweet. Okay. And on the dark pieces, the fluffies. My grandpa tried to add me on Facebook recently, and like, not the one that died last year, obviously, but the other one. It was like, I don't have a good relationship with most of my family. So I see that like he tried to add me on Facebook and I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't spoken to him in years. My grandparents on my mom's side were like not very nice. Not very nice to us when we were growing up. You ever have that though? Like some random person tries to add you on Facebook and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, I've never even posted anything. I have like one picture up. And I think I posted like when I made my Facebook back in like 2015 or something. I was like, how do I use this thing? And that's it. like, when people ask me if I have a Facebook, I'm like, well, not really. Like, I have one, but don't try to add me on there because I never use it for anything. So I hate Facebook. I feel like that's like what most people say too. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anybody be like, I love Facebook. Facebook has improved my life in some way. Everybody I know is like, wow, I fucking hate Facebook. About half a glass of wine and a little bit of a mental breakdown away from deleting it and moving out into the wilderness and becoming an animal for real. So I don't really feel inclined to use it more often. I feel like the only reason that anybody ever uses Facebook is to just make themselves feel better about like how they turned out. You know, like, oh, it's like, oh, I can see like all of my classmates from high school, like what they're up to and what they look like. And it's like, I turned out better than them. It's like, oh, like that person has 5 kids now. Like, damn, that's got to be a rough life. There's that's like everybody I went to school with has like 4 kids. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing that for? I can't imagine having literally like 1 child because they're so expensive. Yeah. I don't really talk to like my extended family at all. And then like my immediate family, we just text. So, oh, like a little preview. It's coming along. It'll look really good when it's all brushed out. It's like the fur is like really stiff at the moment. The first brushing is like magical. It's pretty cute. It's coming along. Tails don't take very long. And they're like one of my favorite parts for that reason. Is they're usually pretty simple. Halcyon's tail is going to be complicated because it's got a bunch of spikes and stuff. But other than that, that'll be fine. Getting everything all clipped together. Doing good. I love these clips. I'm never gonna get over how good this is. Like, I don't know what I would have done with my whole life if I was still using pins for everything. I always like stabbed the hell out of myself with pins. Sometimes still do when I have to use them for something. It's like, damn it. All of my hand-eye coordination went out the window as soon as we brought out the sharp things. I don't know what to talk about, you guys. I feel like I'm just kind of like rambling. The inner ramblings of Uru on a Wednesday. This is why I don't do like podcasts and stuff, because I'm like, yeah, it's been an hour and I'm already out of stuff to talk about. I ordered a pair of AirPods today, and I am way excited about that. Like, I went to Best Buy hoping that they would just have some, and they were out, and they're like, yeah, like, we don't really know when we're getting any in, but we can order like one for you and it will get shipped to your house. And I'm like, oh, that's even better because that means I don't have to put on pants and come back. Like, so I was like, fuck yeah, let's do that. It's like, do you want the like $200 pair that has wireless charging capabilities, or do you want the $150 pair that doesn't? And I'm like, literally, what is the difference? And he's like, oh, you can take the little holder thingy and charge it wirelessly. I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. Like, I'm not paying an extra $50 for a feature that I'm never gonna use. It's like my phone has wireless charging capability and I never use that either. This one doesn't, but my like personal phone does. Make sure I'm not neglecting my Telegram. You know what would be fun is getting like a group together and like watching a movie while I work, because I like doing that a lot. Like put on I like watching Studio Ghibli movies while I work because they're like really positive and really fun. The music's really nice. And I usually like play them on my little DVD player. It wouldn't be something that I could stream because somebody would certainly have a problem with it, like copyright wise, but just like it wouldn't be like, oh, like here's like the screen and you get to watch like my movie. It would be like there'd be a movie going on in the background or something. I don't know. I like to think about ways to make the stream more fun. I'm glad that I get to stream for you guys today because I feel like I haven't been streaming nearly as much as I was there for a while. Just like the tax season was so stressful this year. It wasn't as bad as it could have been because I took my stuff to an accountant, but I did have like a lot of like driving down and going to the accountants and doing stuff. So I'm kind of stoked that that's all over with and I don't have to think about it. I so want to do them early next year. Like my accountant set me up to pay quarterly income tax. So you just like write a check for like how much you think it's going to be and you like send it. And then you only have to pay quarterly instead of annually. And then instead of writing like one really big check and crying for like 3 weeks over it, you just send like 4 smaller checks. And then in theory, you could get money back, which has never happened to me. Oh, geez. You know, I don't know if I have a favorite because I like them all for different reasons. Howl's Moving Castle is probably still like top of my list because it was like one of the first ones that I saw and I just really like it really resonated with me for some reason. Spirited Away would be a close second because I don't know, I just really love that one so much. I love The Cat Returns. I love Princess Mononoke. I love My Neighbor Totoro. I got a copy of The Secret World of Arrietty, and I like that one a lot. I have a disc set that has like a whole bunch of the movies on it, and it has My Neighbor Totoro and Secret World of Arrietty, but the voice cast is weird. It's not like the regular voice cast. It's like this really like obnoxious, like Cockney, like weird off-brand voice cast, and so I ended up going ahead and buying the American version, which I know sounds horrible, but it was just like that was the version I saw first, and seeing like the other version is like jarring and distracting. Like My Neighbor Totoro, except instead of like the like Dakota Fanning and her little sister, it's like some like weird little British kid. It's just weird. That was like going to watch Thomas the Tank Engine and discovering that they got rid of the British like narrator. It was like, what are you doing? That was part of what made Thomas the Tank Engine so good. Like, so yeah, I like discovered that there were seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine on Amazon Prime, and then discovered that it was a different narrator, and I'm like, there was nothing wrong with the old narrator. Why did we feel the need to switch it? It wasn't like they hired a new one for the new series either. They just like had like this person like go back and re-narrate all the old ones, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop that. Just leave it be. It was fine before. You know? You don't like the Dakota Fanning one? I like the Dakota Fanning one. It was the first version of it that I saw, so it's like familiar to me. You know, you're allowed to like what you like. but I like the Dakota Fanning version better. It's just like, just a thing for me, I guess. We're really cruising on this tail. I'd probably be cruising faster if I wasn't talking so much, but this is making work way more fun. It's not about fast, it's about good. Good work gets done when I'm happy. I've been really happy lately too. Like, I've been working on like self-improvement stuff. Like I'm sure like my personal Twitter is probably a little bit obnoxious at this point because I've just been tweeting like self-care stuff, personal revelations, but just like speaking these things and realizing them lately has been really good for my mental health. I feel like any minute my bobbin is going to run out, but at the same time, I don't know that it's been that long yet. I'll have to find my stiff fabric and make a backing for this as well. So apparently this is also a Studio Ghibli movie, not like a Hayao Miyazaki, but a Studio Ghibli, which I didn't realize were like two different things for a while. But Grave of the Fireflies is also on that disc set of Studio Ghibli movies that I have, and that is the most depressing movie I've ever seen in my life. It was on a disc set with all these other movies that are like pretty feel good, you know, like really good, you know, like wholesome, upbeat. And so I was thinking like, well, I haven't seen this one before and I don't know if I've ever heard of it. So like, I watched it and like my mom walked into my room at one point because I was living at home at the time. And like I'm just like staring at my little DVD player with like tears streaming down my face, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "This movie's really fucking sad." I texted my friend at the time. I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like I didn't even tell her the name of the movie. I was just like, "This movie I'm watching is so depressing. Like I don't know if I can keep watching it, but at the same time, like I'm just so hopeful that it will get better." You know, like it's just like really beats you down in the beginning and then it picks you up at the end or something, you know. And like my friend is like, "Oh, are you watching Grave of the Fireflies?" Like she knew. It was like just by me saying that this is the most depressing movie I've ever seen. She's like, "Oh, are you watching this?" And I was, and so she's like, "Oh, what part are you at right now? Like what just happened?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh, it gets worse." And I'm like, "How can it get worse? Like, I'm already, like, you know, like, feel like dying over here. How could it possibly get worse than this? Like, all this stuff that's happened." And she's just like, "Yeah, it gets worse. Like, I just want to tell you this before you continue, like, that it gets worse." This, like, it ate this little corner. I gotta, like, redo this little part right here because it like swallowed the fur, and it did get worse. And that was something. It got more sad and more depressing, and then it ended and it was like, are you shitting me? It's like did not realize that Studio Ghibli movies could be so dark and so depressing, but there it is. And somebody probably had a heyday working on that because they're like, "Oh, we do feel-good movies. Let's do something serious this time." And the rest of us are like, "Life is too depressing for that. Bring back the fun." Yeah, the only reason I own it is because it's on a disc with other movies that I like. I think it's on the same disc as The Cat Returns. And so I'm not gonna throw it away. It's also got another weird one on the same disc, and I don't remember the name of it, but I've only watched it like once, and it was like, well, okay, that was something. So, you know, not all Studio Ghibli movies are great. they have a good reputation overall, I'd say. Oh, this tail is so cute. We're getting there. Time to put the... Marnie was there. I haven't seen that one. I think that one's on my list. Is it like an emotional roller coaster that ends with happiness, or is it going to make me want to die on the inside? Because I don't think I can handle any more movies like Grave of the Fireflies. Like, Watership Down is on Netflix, and I hear that that movie is, like, really good, but also, like, really, like, freaky and depressing. So I've been, like, putting that off for when my mental health is extra good. You guys do that? You like save a movie that you know is going to be sad for when you're, like, doing better and it won't totally destroy your life? I do that. Ends in happiness. Well, that's good. That makes me want to see it then. There's a couple Miyazaki / Studio Ghibli movies that are on my list that I would like to see that I just haven't. I don't really watch new things very often. One of the movies that I saw, not like super recently, but semi-recently, that was just like life-changing is called Your Name. It's like an animated movie. I think it's by the same studio that made Wolf Children. I'm not sure, but a couple of friends of mine got that for me for my birthday, I think, and man, like, that movie, I was on the edge of my seat, like, the whole movie, and it just totally, like, changed my life. Like, I got done watching it, and it was, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just, like, sitting there on the edge of my couch in a daze. So, hello, Drewski dear. But yeah, so that one was really good also. I definitely recommend that one. Was, like, intense. Like, I don't know that I've ever... I mean, I don't, you know, peruse a lot of media. I don't take in a lot of movies or whatever, but that one was just, like, really exciting. And I didn't know what it was about before I watched it. Like, I had it in my Amazon wish list, and my friends got it for me, and I had, well, like, by the time I actually got it, like, I had forgotten what it was about. So, and I didn't read the back of the box or anything. I just put it in and watched it. And so I had no idea what it was about. And, like, that's, like, the way to go, honestly. I love watching movies like that. Like, I will, like, watch a trailer for something and then, like, not think about it or do anything until I go to see it again. And that's, like, the best way to view things. It's like, go into it knowing that you wanted to see it at some point, but not remembering, like, what the little details were that made you want to see it. Yeah. Silent Voice. Huh. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know that I've heard about that one. Yeah. Really emotional. That's good to know, because, yeah, like, saving it for a day that I'm, like, emotionally strong enough for something like that. It's a good plan. Barnaby did, like, a little cheep out there. He's like, oh, hello. The cake. I have a hard time watching new stuff. Like, I'll find a movie that I like and rewatch it, like, a billion times, but, like, watching a new season of something on Netflix is, like, a serious, like, mental investment for me. I binge watched the whole, like, I don't know if it was a season or a movie, I can't remember, but Russian Doll, I binged, like, that. And then I've been watching this show on Netflix called Sex Education, and that one's been really funny and, like, good to watch. Everybody's British, so it's, like, really fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm super excited about the new seasons of Game of Thrones, but Like, since that's like still airing, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want spoilers for anyone. And I know a lot of people just like really aren't into that one, which is, I understand. I think it's too bad because it's a good show, but like I get that some people don't get over the like violence and nudity. Let's see. Girl who has been born deaf. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have a friend I bet that would really like that as well. But yeah, so my my like I don't know how many episodes, like how many weeks of Game of Thrones there will be, but I do like when a season is coming out, I plan my entire life around like what's happening on Sunday so that I get to watch Game of Thrones when it comes out because I can't check like any social media at all after an episode comes out or else like I get stuff spoiled because I actually like a few years ago, like when the last season came out, I unfollowed a lot of people over Game of Thrones spoilers because it's like, like not everybody gets to watch it the second it comes out. Like these people, I even did get to watch it the second it came out and people were tweeting like live spoilers. And I'm like, what kind of shithead does that? Like, I'm not even sorry for saying that. Like, that's a really crappy thing to do because even if a person started watching like a minute after you did, they're still gonna see like everything that you're tweeting before it happens. And I don't know if like some of the people that I just follow are like crappy or if they're just like they really want to like upset me or what the deal is, but I've had people like spoil movies for me. Like if I tweet about going to see a movie before I see it, I have people send me spoilers and I'm like, can you not? Like it costs $0 to just not be an asshole, but here you are, like spoiling a movie that I was about to go pay to see or spoiling a show that I've been excited about for like a year and a half. I do not understand why anybody feels the need to do that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until season 4 was on DVD, I think. Because I think we bought all 4 seasons like right off the bat because they were on DVD. And I'd heard about like some things that had happened in the show and like followed some people on Tumblr who posted memes about Game of Thrones and stuff. And so I kind of knew some stuff that was gonna happen. Like I knew about the Red Wedding episode beforehand, and it was still surprising because like by the time I actually watched it, I had forgotten about everybody talking about that episode. But yeah, I mean that didn't bother me so much because I wasn't like invested in it. I didn't remember those things. It wasn't something I was looking forward to at the time. But I had a whole bunch of stuff from the latest Jurassic World movie get spoiled for me because I didn't get a chance to go see it in theaters. And I mean, like, that's kind of my fault. Like, if you don't go see something within like a month, then I can kind of see, like, not like taking spoilers so seriously at that point. But it really did like make me not want to go see it anymore because like I already know what's happening, like why am I going to pay to go see the thing if I already know what's going to happen? So I ended up waiting for that one to come out on like, I don't know, DVD or whatever, and then I saw it with my brother at Christmas time. I saw Black Panther for the first time at Christmas time also because I hadn't seen that one. I really wanted to go see that one in theaters, but it came out like at a point in time when I was just too busy, which happens a lot. It seems like there was a movie that was going to come out recently. Captain Marvel, I really wanted to see in theaters, and I still haven't gotten to see that one. I was caught on something. Let go. I don't go to the movies, like, ever. Hardly. I go when somebody invites me to go see a movie, I go. But I don't like going to see movies by myself. So, unless I have somebody to go with, I just don't, you know? But I really enjoyed Black Panther. I thought that was a good movie. The soundtrack was phenomenal. Like, oh, fuck, it's like 6 seams all in one place. Now my sewing machine's stuck. Give it back. It's being difficult. Oh, I broke my needle. It was probably already broken, but that's fine. That needle had been going for a while. Maybe I'll start from the other side. Where did the rest of that needle go? Because that's information that I feel like we should have. It's time to take it apart and pull things out now, I guess. Oh, there's a lot of fluff in there. No wonder. Look at that. Are you kidding me? I gotta refocus my camera too. Give me a second. Just clean some lint out of this bad boy. There's quite a bit of lint. That piece of needle must still be in the tail, which means that I'm gonna have to get some pliers and pick it out. We don't just leave pieces of needles in people's tails. It's bad craftsmanship. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and give these a clean. Thank you, me from the past, for putting Q-tips in the bottom of my sewing machine so that I would have them when I needed them. That was very good. Sometimes I do things for myself, you guys. It's very good. Yeah. So like I enjoy going to the movie theater, but there are a lot of things about it that I really don't like. And I don't like that you can't pause it to go to the bathroom, because I almost always, like, especially with Marvel movies that are really long, like I almost always end up needing to go to the bathroom at some point during the film. And I don't want to, like, I paid like $12 for my ticket or some shit. Like, I don't want to miss whatever I paid for. So you either have to sit there and like not be able to focus because you have to pee so bad, or you have to get up and go pee, and it's like, okay, like now you're missing stuff. I really do want to know where that piece of needle went. We'll find it. Oh, no, it's right here. It's all the way up there for some reason. I can't. I don't have any fingernails. They cut my nails all short. But I can get it with pliers. Ha! This is what we don't like. Are you kidding me? Like, put that in the trash. Get this machine put back together. We'll put a new needle in it. It'll be right as rain. Oh, and then the other thing, one of my favorite things about being an adult is that if I want to get a slushie or something while I'm at the movie theater, I can. Not only like am I allowed to, but I have my own money, so I can. And so I like getting a slushie when I go to see a movie. In fact, that's one of my favorite things about going to see a movie, is that it's the only time I get a slushie. And so and then I always drink it, like half of it, before the movie even starts, because I haven't, like, I get thirsty. And like then I definitely never make it through the movie without having to pee real bad, because you had like a whole glass of basically pop. Okay, we're getting a new needle put in here. That's good. But yeah, I mean, I don't like going to the theater by myself really. And the last time I saw movies with like a friend, they wanted to see Dunkirk. And that movie was like a panic attack in cinematics. Like I had never seen like a war movie before, so I didn't really know what I was in for. I don't know how anybody watches those because I've never even been in battle or anything, and that movie gave me PTSD. Like, you know? Okay, let's see. All right, we're starting from the other side this time since we have one heckin' thick boy at the end here. Let's see if starting from the other end helps. Sometimes it does. I don't like that you're not like supposed to bring your own snacks into the movie theater. I think that if they wanted to encourage people to buy their snacks, that they could not charge like $5 for a pack of peanuts or something. Like I like to go to matinees when I go see movies because I don't like people, and I don't like people that are going together to go see movies because they're loud. So like matinee on like a Tuesday or something is like the best. But your matinee movie ticket is like $6. It's really cheap. It's like the most affordable way to go see a movie. And then like a small slushie is like $7. So like I literally have had my snacks cost like triple what my ticket costed. And that's just like they get cranky when you bring your own candy in, but they don't charge reasonable prices for candy. So like what are you supposed to do? I'm not spending $6 for a pack of like an individual pack of sour Skittles. Like that's not happening. So what I usually do, and I'm admitting to this, it's not like the good thing to do. It's not, I'm trying to get my camera to focus out again. Sorry. You're not supposed to do it. It's not polite, but I bring my own snacks, and then to support the theater, because that's why the snacks are so expensive, that I'll get a slushie. And then, but like if I want like candy or something, I bring my own, because then I don't feel so bad. It's like, well, I bought your ticket and I bought a soda from you. So you're not really losing anything because I was either not going to buy your candy or, bring my own candy anyways. But then they get the ad revenue or like the income of, not ad revenue, the income of like you buying a slushie also. So I don't feel quite so much like I'm cheating the system. And then I found out that one of the theaters that's over by me also serves alcohol. You could just like buy a beer and drink your beer while you're watching a movie. And I'm like, what is this? How did I not know that drinking beer while you were at the theater was like a thing before? I don't really like beer, but I do like cider, and they have those too. We had a little detour to replace that needle, but things seem to be going better now, knock on wood. Yeah, like the thought of like bringing alcohol or drinking alcohol at the theater literally never occurred to me before seeing that they had like an Apple Orchard or not Apple Orchard, Angry Orchard like stand that sold like beer and cider, and I was like, that's brilliant. Things that I never think of. Drinking in a movie theater. How to have twice as much fun at the movies. 101. It's my favorite thing about being an adult is taking advantage of adult privileges, like being able to drink. Like, well, life's shitty, but at least we have alcohol. I wasn't like everybody else that I knew too. Like I mean, like going back and talking with people like after we turned 21, like I didn't drink before I turned 21, really. Like I didn't drink at all in high school. I didn't go to college, so I didn't have like drink opportunities in college because I didn't go. And then like I had like a few drinks, but I didn't drink, like it wasn't a thing to try to like sneak alcohol or go to places, and like I didn't, like other people that I heard about doing. Like I never did any of that stuff. So when I turned 21, I was actually excited to drink, and everybody else that I knew had been drinking for like 5 years already. And I'm like, what the hell? I was the only one that was excited to turn 21. I was like, yay, now I get to drink like as an adult, legally. Nobody will get in trouble for giving me a sip of their wine. Like, I was a good kid. I mean, not that people who drink when they're like younger aren't good kids. It's just like not, like you're not supposed to. Everybody has a different life. I was a goody goody is what I mean. Like I was like a teacher's pet type person. This is the part where I broke my needle last time. We're gonna be real careful. But we do need to backstitch it. Cool. I think that went well this time. Just like hand crank it instead of trying to run it through the machine, because sweet. Okay, so now I need to make a tail cap. This one's about the size of a baseball. Where is my tail cap fabric? Because that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know where it is. We'll find it. It's gotta reorganize my studio soonish. I got a bunch of new supplies and now nothing is organized. Where is my tail cap fabric? Did I put it in one of these? No. Did I put it on a shelf? No. It's probably over here. Let's see. Your life is a mess, Uru. What have you done? What have you done with your life? I don't know. Let's use vinyl, because I feel like we need the stiffness anyways. Let's see. You're going to get a little fleshy pink tail back because I think that's funny. We'll use vinyl because I think that'll be, we need it to be sturdy. We need the sturdiness because you have a curly up tail and not a like waggy little down tail. Hello, welcome. Oh my God, I would so drink Starbucks at a movie theater. I love Starbucks so much. It's like a luxury that I never take the time to like indulge in anymore because it's so expensive. But I love Starbucks. I actually don't really drink coffee anymore. Like I've been trying to get away from that because I feel like it makes it harder for me to sleep at night. And I get like caffeine jitters real bad. So I haven't really been partaking. I wonder if that's going to be stiff enough or if I need to add another layer. Let's try adding another layer and see what happens, because I feel like if it's It's not going to be too stiff. It's just going to be hard to sew. And I'll probably have to change my bobbin out because last time I took a peek at it, it was getting kind of low. I feel like after the FWA like main hotel has a Starbucks in it, like in the lobby. Isn't that a thing? I feel like I remember that being a thing. If it is, I'm gonna be stoked because I'm gonna be drinking Starbucks all day at FWA. Goddamn love Starbucks. Let's do this. Let's have the sticky part only be on one side. Focus intensifies because it's 3 layers of vinyl and I'm about to add a layer of strapping on top. So I'm like, please don't break my needle. Right now, I'm making a tail cap, so it's the part that your belt loop is going to go through. It has to get done before I turn everything inside out because that's the way it's done. And there's my strapping. Like, I know it's over here. Get rainbow strapping. Everybody gets so excited about the rainbow strapping. It's like it looks like you have room for one. It's like just really enjoy working with rainbow strapping. So everybody gets all excited. They're like, oh yay, like rainbow strapping. I'm like, yes, I feel the same way when I get to work with it. It's the little things, you know, like lining your paws with a cute fabric or something. Like, it's the kind of thing I really enjoy. It makes my job more fun, and if my clients end up liking it, like, that's also good. But I like making things with fun, like, accent fabrics because that's the way I like doing it. It's very good. It makes me happy. It makes my job more fun. Plus, I don't think I've had anybody complain about, like, the inside of their paws being lined with some kind of cute fabric. It's not a thing. I feel like I made that cap a little big. We'll see. Okay. It's like going super slow and it feels like it's taking forever just because it's like so many layers of fabric getting sewn together and I don't want my machine to freak out. Would really prefer to not have to like break another needle if I can help it. Okay, the top. Just got my belly button ring on the desk. Okay, me. Like, I don't think I can lower my chair any more than it is. We'll have to just be. Okay. And then we do the bottom. that should be pretty heckin' sturdy. To my knowledge, I've never had any clients be like, oh, like the strap broke on my tail or anything, but let's not. That's because I'm careful about making sure the quality of everything is very good. We work extra hard to make sure our clients are happy. So we're going to get the cap all sewn on, hopefully. And then we're going to turn it right side out and stuff it. And then after it's been stuffed, we'll sew the little hole shut that we used to stuff it, and your tail will be all done. So we're really getting there. And I'm going to need to take some kind of a lunch break here soon because I still haven't eaten anything today and my stomach is complaining. I don't like eating. I like eating about as much as anybody likes eating, but I don't know, maybe a little less. It's a waste of money. Still have to go to the store and get all like soft ingredients and stuff. It's like, I'll probably do that later or maybe tomorrow. Okay. Just gonna go real slow on this because right now we're going through 3 layers of vinyl, a layer of strapping, and a layer or 2 of fur, depending on what area we're in. My light's flickering, so I'm just gonna turn it off for now. It goes way better to just go slowly and let the machine do what it can. And then we're going around this part twice, just for extra sturdiness, because we like to have sturdy wags. We're going to be wagging. Oh yeah, no worries. I feel bad that I didn't get to stream earlier in the week, but I just had too much stuff going on. I don't know what days I'll be streaming this week just because I work faster like when I'm not streaming. I know people love to get to watch me work on their stuff, and I like to be accommodating of that for sure, but things do get done quite a bit faster when I don't have to be like an internet personality for the day. An internet personality. Personalities. So for the most part, it's not necessary to double sew things. I've seen people, like other fursuit designers, offer that as like a feature that like, oh, like you can pay another $500 and have your seams double sewn or something, but I've never really understood the need for that. I do double sew the high tension areas like the crotch seam and the butt of the tail, like armpits and stuff. Try to double sew those just because the crotch seam is the one that people end up popping on accident, like doing like moving around and stuff, just because that's like a really high tension seam. Like, have had people come to me and be like, I promise I didn't use my fursuit for nasty things. And I'm like, no, like I know that happens. It's like the only time people really generally pop seams is when they get their suit in time for a con and they don't have time to properly break it in. but sometimes it happens. Okay. There we go. And I think my bobbin was super close to being empty, so that's like good timing because. All right, let's turn this bad boy right side out. Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad to see so many familiar faces in the chat today. That's really nice. It's also like really nice to just have people watching the stream in general and being chatty because it makes my day go by a lot faster. It's not like my job isn't already fun, but it makes it more fun to have people to talk to. Because I work alone and I live alone and I don't go out very often, so I get excited for company. I like to socialize, and yet I am antisocial. I don't know how it works. You don't know how it works. It just happens. Okay, let's see. The box of isolation. It really is. My whole apartment is just the box of isolation. It's kind of nice though, because I get like anxiety really bad, and it's nice that I live alone because then I don't have like roommates driving me nuts or, you know, like whatever. But oh, this is very cute. Let's put some stuff in this. I'm gonna need to buy a new bag of polyfill this week too, because Halcyon's tail's huge. Some stuffing. I'm glad that I used the longer fur on the outside of the tail. I think that's gonna be a really nice thing. It's not horrendously fluffy, but it's like fluffy enough to be super cute. Stuffing. Stuffing the like curly ones always takes a little longer because you have to like wind all the stuffing around the outside every time. It's gotta, you stuff it in a spiral. People are being active in Discord today. They're doing it. Dazer is probably over there like dying. Show me the tail. Show me the loft. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, we gotta put a little bit more stuffing in the base. So it's gotta be pretty firm, pretty firmly stuffed at the base for maximum waggles. All right. Before I sew the little hole up, it's not brushed yet, but it's like very cute. It's very cute. It's like gonna be very, very adorable. It's got a little curl. Cute. And you can pull the curl to either side if you want. Like, I'll be excited to get it all brushed because that's when it looks the best. But we pretty much gotta wait until it's all sewn up to brush it. So cute. I love tails. One of my first Fursonas was like this weird like husky hybrid. And she had like this great big curly tail that was like impossible to actually make. I have gone through a number of Fursonas. Uru has been the only Fursona that I have stuck with like the whole time. So otherwise, they pretty much come and go, like little periods of my life marked by like a different character. It's gonna be really cute. Okay, let's get this little hole in the bottom all sewn up and it'll be good to go. That didn't even take that long. I was taking my time and it only is like 2 hours. Okay. Hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing okay. It's like have to like hold it up against the desk or else it moves around. I do want you to be able to see. I'm so excited for all of my commissions. I don't think that I have a single commission on my list that I'm not just like absolutely stoked about. All of my clients and all of my commissions, I'm just really excited to get to work on. Yeah, I've gone through a few, like especially like in the early years of trying to figure out what I wanted to be. Like I didn't really think about Uru being like a furry character, like because I didn't know about furries like when I made that character. Like that it was just like I liked the Lion King and I was like active on like some of the Lion King like fandom stuff and had like my weird like lion saber tooth character and she's evolved so much. But I like all the changes that I've made to her. Just made some new ones that I have to update on my reference sheet. But trying to like simplify her a little because I was like tempting to make a new one this year because it's my 10-year fursuit building anniversary. And I think it'd be really fun to post pictures of like, oh, like my first version of Uru versus like this year's version of Uru. But I have to figure out her design first. And building Uru is always a pain in the ass because she's got so many markings. I'm like, every time I go to build her, I'm like, what fucknut designed this fursuit? And then I remembered it was me. And it's like, well, like, thanks, I hate it. I love drawing my design, but going to make it takes forever. So I like, there's no way to hold this tail that it's not moving all over the place. Hold on. Digimon. Yeah. Yeah, I've known some people with Digimon Fursonas, and they're cute too. Like, my first Fursona was like a black wolf. And it's kind of funny because I ended up switching from it being a black wolf just because I got tired of like drawing a wolf and then having to color it black. It's like, oh, like, so then I was a white wolf because that's like the same as a black wolf, except I didn't have to color anything. And then I like really focused more on like Uru for a while. And then I had another wolf that was just like a timber wolf for a while. And I've had like a bunch of different characters that have come and gone. Just like end up making them into a fursuit and then sell the fursuit over and over and over again. Just like, oh, like here, I finally made this into a suit and then I sell it because I need money. Because of who I am as a person. Okay, we're going to give that one more knot just to be extra sure. It looks like it might thunder like storm today. Kind of hope it does. I love thunderstorms. Okay, let's brush this bad boy. Get some brushing happening here because that's where the magic happens. Get the seams all brushed out. I realized that I have like moved further and further off camera. That was not on purpose. Give me a second. Just like really needed to be able to hold that still while I was sewing it because it's hard otherwise. Oh, this is so cute. Just like fluffing it up really good. Give it a shake. Like you can see, it's very cute. It's a very cute tail. It's gonna be a wag. Well, the long stuff on the bottom is really like, it's really fluffy. You can see it like fluffing about. It's very good. So yeah, your tail's done. Your tail's done. Ta-da, first step. It's real now. It's a real thing. So it's sinking in, you're like, oh my God, it's physically happening. It's super pretty. Got him. Your tail's done. I want to like keep it somewhere where you can see it, but it also needs to be out of the way. So I will take pictures of it so you can see what it looks like and show you buddies and all the things that people like to do when they get fursuit parts. Take a picture. Cute. And then some that. Let's set this over here with the fursuit parts that are finished. So we do have a system. It's just in chaos right now. Dude, it's a tail. Cute. People are posting fursuit builder appreciation. Sweet. Okay. I guess I'm gonna take a break for lunch. I don't know if I'm gonna stream working on Halcyon's tail because I think it's gonna be a little bit more focus intense. So I might call this a day for streaming and work on Halcyon's tail, just kind of like off camera. But I'll probably be posting about it on Twitter. And that should be fun. Thank you everybody for joining. I'm sorry the stream wasn't longer, but I do appreciate you sticking around for, the 2 hours that we've been going. If I do decide to go ahead and stream later, which is entirely possible, I will of course announce it on Twitter and Instagram again. And if you want me to send you a link directly, just let me know. Thank you so much for streaming. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I love you guys.